Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, students. I welcome you all to the lecture number 2 of Basic Electronics subject. Before I start my today's lecture, I first of all want to give you a tip regarding online lecture classes. Personally, I feel it very difficult to study with the help of slides. Therefore, I suggest all of you to maintain your own lecture copy for every subject. When you listen to the slides and when you see any lecture recording, simply try to note down your own lecture in your own handwriting. At the end, this will actually help you out in easy learning and very quick learning, rather than referring multiple items at the same time. Okay, now let us begin with our topic for today, and our topic is formation of p-n junction diode. First of all, a misconception occurs regarding the formation of diode, and which is we have to connect an n-type material and a p-type material to form a diode. However, in reality, this is not so. Actually, in real scenario, we take a single crystal of silicon. On one side, we do the doping of acceptor atoms. On the other side, we do the doping of the dopant atoms, donor atoms. In this way, one side of the crystal of the silicon becomes converted into N region, the other side also becomes the P region. And of course, since there is no boundary in between, the electrons or the bonded structures of n-type will of course be moving towards the center region. Similarly, the bonded structures of p-type will also be moving towards the center region of the crystal. Now what will happen due to their movement? Let us see this in the next slide. Now you see, I have shown a diode over here. In the N region, this bonded structure is present, and in the n-type region, multiple of such structures are actually present, each having a free electron. Similarly, within the p material, this bonded structure is present and it has deficiency of electron, or you can say it can accept an electron, and the p material has multiple such structures present inside. Now when these two structures reach to the center region, as I showed in the previous slide, what will happen is the free electron of this structure jumps into the whole of this p structure. Now what is the result? The result is the free electron of this n material structure is gone and the whole of this p material is gone, resulting in a positive charge over this material. Because the electron is gone, the material or this atomic structure becomes a positive ion which accumulates near the center. Similarly, this p material has occupied or gained an electron, therefore it becomes a negative ion and it is residing near the center region. Why they are residing near the center region? The reason is that near the center they are basically combining with each other, coming closer to each other, and the electron is dumping into the hole. Therefore, near the center region we will see ions which are positive because of the n material, and we will also see ions which are negative because of the p material over here. Now this central region does not contain any free carrier. It is in the form of ions. ऐसा नहीं है कि it does not contain any atom. No, the atoms are there. As you can see, ये भी यहाँ पे मौजूद है, ये भी यहाँ पे मौजूद है, लेकिन इसका free electron जा चुका है, इसका free hole जा चुका है. Within the center region, the atoms do not have any free carrier. It is depleted of free carrier. Deplete means खाली होना. तो यहाँ पे किसी तरह का भी कोई फ्री कैरियर नहीं है. दैट इज वाई दिस रीजन नाउ डज नॉट कंट्रीब्यूट इन द फ्लो ऑफ करंट. एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ दिस, what happens is the electrons, the free electrons of this n type cannot go to the p type, and the free holes of p type cannot go to the n type. So if we want any current to flow through this device, we should somehow try to overcome this region, which is actually serving as a barrier between the p-type and the n-type material. And this region is called as depletion region because it is depleted of free carriers. It offers a resistance in terms of voltage, which is called as the barrier voltage. Its value is 0.7 volt for silicon and its value is 0.3 volt for germanium. Now let us see further more details about the p-n junction diode. These are few questions which I have included in my lecture. Please try solving them with the help of previous slides, or you can even try to Google the answers and try to write down 4 to 5 answers for both these questions individually. Then we might see that Vt is directly proportional to temperature and V0 is directly proportional to Vt. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि शायद barrier voltage जो है seems to be directly proportional to the temperature. However, in reality this is not so. Why? Let me give you answer for this. First of all, whatever I am going to explain, it has been verified experimentally. Second thing is, we should not forget the behavior of semiconductor material. Semiconductor material has an inverse relation between its temperature and its resistance. This means that if I increase the temperature of any semiconductor material, then the kinetic energy of the electrons inside increase, they will break their bond, they will become free and will offer more current conduction. This means that when I increase the temperature in a semiconductor, its resistance reduces, right, because of the increased kinetic energy of the electron. Similarly for here, diodes also is made up of a semiconductor material. Therefore, I expect that if I increase the temperature of diode, then the barrier voltage should reduce. How much it reduces? You can check it from your book that for every 1 degree rise in temperature, the barrier voltage reduces by around 2 millivolts. The effect of temperature on the barrier voltage is shown in this graph that we will study now. Look at this graph. The y-axis shows you the current axis. The x-axis shows you the voltage axis across the diode. Now you see the center line first. This is at room temperature, for example. This is below room temperature and this graph is for above room temperature. Also try to note this. This graph has a smaller value of voltage. This graph has more value of voltage and this graph has highest value of voltage drop across the diode. So if I see at room temperature, suppose this is the voltage. If I increase the temperature, the barrier voltage will reduce. This is x-axis is showing the barrier voltage of diode. So if the temperature is increased, the barrier voltage will reduce. The graph has moved backward. If I reduce the temperature, then the barrier voltage is increasing more. So we see that as we increase the temperature, the barrier voltage reduces by 2 millivolt for every 1 degree rise in temperature. Now before we start the operation of diode, let us try to see few different types of current. Here I will be discussing the diffusion current and I will also be discussing drift current, and I will be discussing both these currents with respect to diodes. First of all, you can see this structure of diode. I have shown majority carriers electrons in the N region. I have shown majority carrier holes in the P region. Okay. Now if because of any phenomena the majority carriers of the N material go to a region where they are less in abundance, then this movement of charges will be called as diffusion. Similarly, if the majority carriers of p-type material where they are in abundance, they go to a region where they are lesser in number, for example they are going to the n material, then this movement of charges of the p-type material will be considered as diffusion of charges, and the current produced of course will be called as the diffusion current. So what we see is, अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अपने हाई कंसंट्रेशन रीजन से लो कंसंट्रेशन रीजन की जानब मूव करें, या होल्स अपने हाई कंसंट्रेशन रीजन से लो कंसंट्रेशन रीजन की जानब मूव करें, तो जो करंट प्रोड्यूस होगा वो डिफ्यूजन करंट कहलाएगा। और ये बहुत क्लियरली नज़र आ रहा है कि एन मटेरियल के मेजॉरिटी कैरियर्स की वजह से ये करंट फ्लो हो रहा है, और पी मटेरियल के भी मेजॉरिटी कैरियर्स की वजह से करंट फ्लो हो रहा है। एन का मेजॉरिटी कैरियर इलेक्ट्रॉन है, पी का मेजॉरिटी कैरियर होल है, तो ये जो डिफ्यूजन करंट होता है इट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ द फ्लो ऑफ मेजॉरिटी कैरियर्स। नाउ let us go to the other type of current. The other type of current that we will be discussing today is the drift current. Now you come to this diagram again. Here I have not mentioned the majority carriers. We should recall that every n material has few holes as the minority carriers. Similarly, we know that every p-type material has few electrons as the minority carriers. Now if somehow because of any phenomena the minority carriers of the n-type go to the region where they are in abundance, or if because of any phenomena the minority carrier of the p region they go to the place where they are in abundance, then the current flow will be because of minority carriers and it will be called as the drift current. यानी कि n टाइप के अंदर जो माइनॉरिटी होल्स पड़े थे वो वहाँ मूव कर जाएं जहाँ उनकी तादाद ज़्यादा है, जैसे कि वो p टाइप की तरफ मूव कर जाएं, या p टाइप के माइनॉरिटी इलेक्ट्रॉन n की जानिब मूव कर जाएं जहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की अबंडेंस है, जैसे कि एन टाइप मटेरियल, तो जो करंट फ्लो हो रहा होगा वो ड्रिफ्ट करंट कहलाएगा। एंड वी कैन क्लियरली सी दैट दिस इज ड्यू टू द मूवमेंट ऑफ माइनॉरिटी कैरियर। इस केस के अंदर जो चार्जेस इंक्लूड हैं या जिसका मैं जिक्र करी हूँ वो माइनॉरिटी कैरियर्स का जिक्र करी हूँ, मेजॉरिटी का नहीं करी हूँ। तो ऐसा करंट जो माइनॉरिटी कैरियर्स की वजह से फ्लो कर रहा है, दिस करंट विल बी कॉल्ड एज द ड्रिफ्ट करंट। नाउ लेट अस सी सम मोर थिंग्स रिलेटेड टू द डायोड। Biasing. You might have heard this word before in your intermediate. In very simple terms, when we apply any kind of voltage or a current to any device, so that we can either turn on that device or we can either turn off that device, then that application of voltage along with the resistor capacitor arrangement is called as biasing। यानी कि मैं कुछ वोल्टेज या करंट अप्लाई करूं इस तरह से कि वो वोल्टेज या करंट या तो मेरी डिवाइस को ऑन कर रहा हो या तो मेरी डिवाइस को ऑफ कर रहा हो, तो ये जो अरेंजमेंट है जो मैंने सप्लाई का बनाया है, ये जी चीज़ है वो बाइजिंग कहलाएगी। Now there are two different types of biasing involved in diode. One is the forward biasing, which will of course be turning on the diode, and the reverse biasing, which will of course be turning off the diode. We will see both these in much detail. Before we start the formal study of these biasing modes, let us see one more thing. Let us see the PN junction diode under open circuit condition. This is what? देखें, a few slides back I showed you the formation of diode within any company. जब कंपनी में बनता है तो एक सिलिकॉन के क्रिस्टल पे डोपिंग शोपिंग करते हैं एंड दैट फॉर्म्स अ डायोड। ओके, बन गया, रखा हुआ है, डिप्लीशन रीजन ऑटोमेटिकली क्रिएट हो गई, खुद से नहीं बनानी पड़ती। Now that diode is formed and it is lying somewhere without any connections, तो उसके internal क्या हालात होंगे? उसके इंटरनल हालात ये होंगे दैट देयर विल बी मेजॉरिटी कैरियर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन द एन मटेरियल, ठीक है. Similarly there will be majority holes in the p material, and in the center there will be a depletion region which of course has bonds, but they have lost their free carriers and they are ions, they do not contribute in current conduction. यानी कि पी एन जंक्शन डायोड जब बन के आएगा जिस पे आपने कोई कनेक्शन नहीं किया हुआ, उसमें एन साइड पे फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे, पी साइड पे फ्री होल्स होंगे, सेंटर में खुद ब खुद से एक डिप्लीशन रीजन होगा जो कि करंट को फ्लो होने से रोक रहा होगा. नाउ वी विल बी स्टार्टिंग द स्टडी ऑफ रिवर्स बायस रीजन. लेट अस सी दैट. First of all, let me make it clear that this area is representing the n-type region because the bonded structure here shows the antimony material and a free electron. And in this n material there will be multiple such structures present and each will be having its own free electron. Okay, fine. This is representing the p side material. I have shown boron over here. This structure will be having a free hole, and there will be multiple such structures within this p material. Okay, and therefore there will be multiple holes or the deficiency of electrons in this region. What we have done, we have connected this p-type material to the negative terminal of the battery, and we have connected this n-type material to the positive terminal of the battery. And at the same time we should not forget that these एटम्स, यही एटम्स का स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पर है लेकिन इनका फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन जा चुका है. मुझे ये भी नहीं भूलना चाहिए कि ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है यही स्ट्रक्चर ये यहाँ पड़ा हुआ है लेकिन इनके फ्री होल के अंदर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन जंप कर चुका है जब इस पे आयंस बने हुए हैं. नाउ आई हैव कनेक्टेड द सप्लाई लाइक दिस. आसान अल्फाज में इसका मतलब ये है कि पी टाइप पे या तो मैंने पॉजिटिव को नेगेटिव से, नेगेटिव को पॉजिटिव से कनेक्ट किया, या तो ये बोल दूँ या मैं कह दूँ कि जो मैंने सप्लाई कनेक्ट की है वो नेगेटिव है. बोथ मीन द सेम थिंग. होगा क्या, लेट अस सी. देखें, ये जो पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल है, दिस पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल विल बी अट्रैक्टिंग द फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऑफ दिस मटेरियल टूवर्ड्स इट. यहाँ पे ऐसा एक स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, देयर विल बी मल्टीपल सच स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड द फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऑफ मोस्ट ऑफ देम विल बी अट्रैक्टेड बाय द पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी, रिजल्टिंग इन व्हाट? More positive ions will be created in this region. Similarly, now look at the p side. This negative terminal of the battery will be providing electrons to this p structure. Electrons will come from here and will jump into this hole, resulting in a negative ion or a negative charge over this structure. This battery will be providing multiple electrons, so most of such structures present in the p material will be becoming a negative ion, resulting in all these details which are written over here have been explained, and some of the details are present on page number 14 for the reverse biasing of the diode. Now we are the voltage across the diode roughly becomes actually constant. You can see the line is getting straight but the change in voltage is roughly minimal. However, when the diode enters the breakdown region, the current can vary from very small value to very large values. So we now see that at some high negative voltage in magnitude -13, -14, -15 पर होगा, large current starts flowing through the diode. Now why this happens we will be discussing in the next slide. Before we see the types of breakdown, there are few points that we should note first. Number one is breakdown occurs in a diode when we apply some negative voltage and we keep on increasing that negative voltage across the diode, right? Breakdown cannot occur at a positive voltage applied to on the diode. Number one point. And point number two, all the different types of breakdown that I'm going to discuss, and all the reverse biasing phenomena, all the formation of diode, and the movement of electrons and holes that I have been explaining in this lecture is not visible with our naked eye, right? यानी कि जो मैं अब तक बताती आई हूँ कि डायोड फॉर्म हो रहा होगा फैक्ट्री में और उसमें डिप्लीशन रीजन बन रही होगी, और फिर ओपन सर्किट कंडीशन में खुद से डायोड ऐसे ही रखा हुआ होगा, रिवर्स बाइजिंग में मेजॉरिटी जो है वो कैरियर्स का डिप्लीशन रीजन वाइड कर देंगे. मतलब ये जो कुछ भी मैं बता रही हूँ कि इलेक्ट्रॉन और होल्स मूव कर रहे हैं, वी कैनॉट सी ऑल दिस प्रोसेस विद आवर नेकेड आई बिकॉज वी डू नॉट हैव एनी लैब दैट कैन शो यू दीज थिंग्स एट सच अ माइक्रोस्कोपिक लेवल. वी कैनॉट शो यू दैट. हाँ, what we can do, we can measure the voltage across the diode, we can measure the current through the diode, but we cannot see the internal structure, the microscopic things, right? So all this we are studying, we are basically studying on the basis of theory that has been made available to us by different writers. Okay, now we will answer the question that what was actually happening inside the diode that causes breakdown or a large current to flow. There are two reasons for that. Number one is the Zener breakdown, and number two is the avalanche breakdown. Let us see the Zener breakdown first. First of all, we should know that during reverse biasing, this is the structure of the diode. This is the minority carrier present in the n-type material. This is the minority carrier present in the p-type material, and we expect that we are applying a negative voltage across this diode, and we are increasing it like -1 to -10, -15, -20 and so on. What will happen? Due to the increased negative voltage across this diode, the electric field inside the diode keeps on increasing. If you might have seen a diode, it is very smaller in size, so applying such a large negative voltage across the diode will keep on increasing its electric field. Because of the increase of this electric field, what happens is at some negative voltage, multiple covalent bonds of the diode break simultaneously. They set free multiple electrons and holes, and this results in a large flow of current through the diode. So what we now see is the large current in the diode during the breakdown can be because of the Zener breakdown process, where the electric field increases, it breaks multiple covalent bonds at the same time, it sets free multiple electrons and holes, resulting in very large current flow through the diode. Now another mechanism due to which the current through the diode increases is the avalanche breakdown. In avalanche breakdown, we again expect that we have applied a negative voltage across the diode. We are increasing the negative voltage from -1 to -10 to -15 to -20 and so on. Now what happens? Due to the increasing negative voltage across the diode, what happens is one electron's kinetic energy increases. It knocks out other electron from its covalent bond in an ionizing fashion. Means one electron vibrates more, and because of its high kinetic energy, it knocks out other electron. Now these two free electrons knock out other two free electrons, becoming 4. Now these 4 free electrons further knock out other 4 electrons, becoming 8. These 8 free electrons knock out other 8 electrons, becoming 16. So what is happening is कि 1 से 2, 2 से 4, 4 से 8, 8 से 16, 16 से 32 एक इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्री हुआ, और उसने नॉक करते करते एक ने दूसरे को नॉकआउट किया, दूसरे ने चौथे को किया, दूसरे ने तीसरे, तीसरे ने चौथे, चौथे से करते करते बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो हैं वो एक साथ फ्री हो गए, और बहुत लार्ज करंट डायोड से फ्लो होना शुरू हो गया। ये चीज़ जो है वो बेसिकली ये प्रोसेस के ग्रेजुअली इंक्रीज जो कर रहा था करंट या फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, ये चीज़ एवलांच फिनोमेना से हो रहा है, इसी वजह से इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज एवलांच ब्रेकडाउन। ओके, नाउ यू माइट हैव हर्ड स्नो एवलांच, कि जिसमें क्या होता है कि थोड़ी सी स्नो जो है वो पहाड़ों के ऊपर से चलना शुरू करती है और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता रोल होते होते बर्फ़ के ऊपर ग्रेजुअली इट्स साइज इंक्रीजेज एंड इट बिकम्स अ वेरी बिग पीस ऑफ आइस. So since over here one electron can set free 2 sets free 4 sets free 8, so this is also happening in form of avalanche. Therefore this breakdown is called as avalanche breakdown. Now we will see a few points related to the types of breakdown. First of all, we should know that every diode available in the market is not able to work in the breakdown region. This is because diodes are which work in the breakdown region are specially designed, and these specially designed diodes are called as Zener diodes. Zener diodes are the special diodes which are designed to operate in the breakdown region. This is because such diodes have high current carrying capability, and during breakdown a very large current flow through the diode. Zener diodes have the capability to carry such a high current. They do not get burned when such a high current flows through them. Normal diodes do not operate in breakdown. If they go to breakdown, the normal diodes get damaged. Okay. In Zener diodes, of course, Zener diodes work in the breakdown region. So it is expected that the breakdown inside the Zener diode can either be due to Zener breakdown process or it can be due to avalanche breakdown process. The name Zener diode does not mean that the breakdown in this diode is only because of the Zener breakdown process. No, the name has no effect. In Zener diodes, breakdown can be both due to avalanche breakdown process or the Zener breakdown process. Okay, now in the market Zener diodes are available, right? And the Zener diodes are available with the value of their voltage rating. For example, in market minus 5 volt Zener diode is available, minus 6 volt Zener diode is available, minus 9.2 volt Zener diode is available, minus 15 volt Zener diode is available. This means that the certain Zener diode will go into the breakdown region at minus 5 volt. If our Zener diode has a value of minus 9.2, it simply means that Zener diode will be going into the breakdown voltage at a value of minus 9.2 volt. So Zener diodes are available in the market with their voltage rating. You can easily purchase of your own choice. Now how do we decide if the breakdown inside the diode is either because of the Zener or the avalanche process? The thing is that usually between 0 to 5 volt, 0 to minus 5 volt, if the breakdown occurs, then this is primarily due to the Zener effect. I mean, from 0 volt to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4, minus 5. If the breakdown is happening within this voltage range, then it is expected that the breakdown process inside is the Zener breakdown process. However, if the breakdown occurs in the diode from minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, minus 11 and so on, then we say that the breakdown occurs is because of the avalanche process. In between minus 5 and minus 6, the breakdown can be due to either due to Zener diode or due to the or it can be due to the avalanche process. So between this point is kind of a difference between the Zener and the avalanche breakdown process, where we say that Zener breakdown occurs between around 0 to minus 5 volt and avalanche breakdown occurs from minus 7 and onwards negative voltages. With this explanation, our topic of the reverse biasing is now complete. In the next phase, we will be starting the forward biasing of the diode. Now let us see this. Let us see that in this diagram, this region shows the N region. It has a free electron and there are multiple such atomic structures present in this N region. This N region is connected to the negative terminal of the supply, and this is the P region. It has a hole present over here and there are multiple such structures present in the P material, and this P material is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Okay, fine. Now what will happen? Okay, before we see what will happen, let us also recap what is present over here. These structures, the same structures are present over here, but the free electron is gone and a positive ion was formed and it is residing over here. Similarly, this structure is present over here, but this hole has been occupied by a free electron, therefore it is appearing as a negative ion. When we do such a connection, or when we apply a positive voltage to the diode becomes forward biased. What happens is, this negative terminal of the battery will be providing free electrons to the atomic structure present here. Resultant would be more and more those atoms which became ion during the formation, they will now get back their negative charge and become a part of the N material. यानी कि नेगेटिव टर्मिनल जो है वो इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोवाइड करेगा इस साइड में, तो होगा क्या, यहाँ जिन एटम्स के नेगेटिव फ्री कैरियर चले गए थे या जिनका फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन चला गया था और ये आयन बन के बैठे हुए थे, ये सप्लाई उनका फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन वापस कर देगी. जब ये इनका फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन वापस मिल जाएगा तो अब ये आयन नहीं रहेंगे, ये एन मटेरियल का हिस्सा बन जाएंगे. ये आयन नहीं रहेगा, ये एन मटेरियल का हिस्सा बन जाएगा क्योंकि इसका फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन वापस आ गया. और इन सब के साथ यही होगा. नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट विल हैपन ऑन द पी साइड. पी साइड पे ये जो आयंस पड़े हैं, ये आयंस क्यों बना? ये आयन इसलिए बना कि यही पी स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पे मौजूद है, इसके अंदर जो होल था उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन आ चुका था. इस मटेरियल ने जब इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन कर लिया वो आयन बन के यहाँ पड़ा है. पी मटेरियल ने जब इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन कर लिया वो आयन बन के यहाँ पड़ा है. ओके, उससे क्या होगा? उससे ये होगा कि ये जो पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल है, अब ये जो इन आयंस ने फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्यूपाई कर लिया था, ये पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल इनसे अपना फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन वापस खींच लेगा. तो क्या होगा? जब इसका फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन वापस चला गया, यहाँ फिर से होल बन गया, ये पी मटेरियल का हिस्सा बन गया. फिर इस स्ट्रक्चर का, इस नेगेटिव आयन का, इसका फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन बैटरी ने खींच लिया, ये पी मटेरियल बन गया. तो फॉरवर्ड बायसिंग इज सच अ कनेक्शन इन विच द बैटरी इज कनेक्टेड इन सच अ डायरेक्शन दैट इट न्यूट्रलाइजेज द आयंस प्रेजेंट इन द डिप्लीशन रीजन. ये डिप्लीशन रीजन के आयंस जो बन गए थे, इनको वापस से एन मटेरियल का और पी मटेरियल का हिस्सा बना देगा और बीच की वॉल को या डिप्लीशन रीजन के बैरियर को रिड्यूस कर देगा, रिजल्टिंग इन अ फ्लो ऑफ करंट थ्रू द डायोड. अब क्या होगा? आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड ऑल दीज पॉइंट्स. वी विल बी स्टडिंग दिस इक्वेशन अ बिट मोर डिटेल. Try to see that E is the exponential term, Vd is the voltage of diode, and Id is the current of the diode in forward region. This equation clearly indicates that the current of the diode and the voltage of the diode are exponentially related to each other. There is no direct relation, there is no inverse relation, no, not a direct relation, not an inverse relation. The current and the voltage of the diode in forward biasing are exponentially related to each other, because ये exponential के अंदर VD upon VT लिखा हुआ है. So what I expect is, after 0.7 volt, the increase in current of the diode is neither linear neither directly proportional and nor inversely proportional. यानी 0.7 वोल्ट के बाद ये जो करंट होगा ऐसे नहीं बढ़ रहा होगा कि जितने रेशियो से मैं वोल्टेज बढ़ा रही हूँ उतने रेशियो से करंट बढ़ता रहे. हो सकता है ग्राफ में इस वक्त ऐसा लग रहा हो, ऐसा होगा नहीं. क्यों? क्योंकि वोल्टेज ऑफ द डायोड और करंट ऑफ द डायोड ये एक दूसरे से एक्सपोनेंशियली रिलेटेड हैं, डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड भी नहीं है, इनडायरेक्टली रिलेटेड भी नहीं है. एंड लेट मी मेक वन मोर थिंग वेरी क्लियर. IF एंड ID आर द सेम करंट्स. IF डायोड के फॉरवर्ड करंट को कह रहे हैं, और चूंकि ये डिफ्यूजन करंट है तो IF और ID जो है वो बेसिकली डायोड के फॉरवर्ड करंट को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. VF और VD डायोड के फॉरवर्ड वोल्टेज को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, और चूंकि ये वोल्टेज अक्रॉस द डायोड है तो आइदर वी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय VF और वी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय VD. इट इज एक्चुअली द सेम थिंग. Okay, now we will be concluding our detail of the diode biasing with this complete graph. Please try to observe this graph. On the y-axis we have the current. On the positive y-axis we have the forward current of the diode. On the negative y-axis we have the reverse current or the leakage current of the diode. We just have studied forward region, positive supply. We also have studied the reverse region, which is the application of negative voltage on the diode. Now I have combined both the graphs. What is happening is, when I apply a positive voltage before 0.7 there is no current, and after 0.7 the current rises exponentially through the diode. Okay, fine. When I apply negative voltage over the diode, then from 0 to -1 around till -8 volt, the current is roughly 0. You can say current is roughly 0, negligible, and is constant. And then at some negative voltage this current rises to a very high value, or it can be a low value, but current can vary and voltage remains roughly constant. So this is the complete graph of the diode, the current and the voltage graph. In simple terms, the current and voltage graph of a diode is called as its IV curve. I stands for current, V stands for voltage. The graph of current and voltage for a diode is represented as IV curve. I have mentioned one more thing very specially over here, a practical diode. Practical diode means this is the diode which exists in reality. अगर मैं कोई डायोड बाजार से ख़रीदूँगी, उसके बिहेवियर को वोल्टेज अप्लाई करके टेस्ट करूँगी, आई विल अप्लाइंग 0.1 करंट 0 दिखाएगा, 0.2 करंट 0 दिखाएगा, हाँ 0.7 के करीब वो मुझे एक्सपोनेंशियल करंट दिखाना शुरू होगा. ये सिमिलरली ये जो भी बिहेवियर है ये भी एक रियल डायोड के लिए, एक प्रैक्टिकल डायोड के लिए विच इज़ अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट. After this, our topic will be ideal diode. I am not going to start that detail because we are left with short time. Our next topic will be ideal diode. Ideal diode, as the name suggests, is something which is ideal, and there is nothing ideal in nature. यानी कि जो हम अगला डायोड पढ़ेंगे, we will be studying that diode, but that diode will not be existing in reality. That is just a hypothetical thing. Okay, with these details I am going to finish the lecture for today. Inshallah I will join you in the next lecture. Till then, if you have any queries related to my lecture, you can either email me point wise so that I can find the answer to your questions before the next class, and then we can discuss it in the live session. Okay, Allah Hafiz.